In this video, I'm going to show you all the features of running a program. So you've got your program built, your keyframes are set, you're ready to run. Let's go ahead and jump into CCLab. And what I'm actually going to do first is I'm going to show you just kind of the quick start version. You just need to run. I'm going to show you how to get to that point. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you all the features that there are in the run mode. So let's jump in. First thing you need to do is set the red cursor to where you want to actually start the run. So I want to start at the beginning. I'm going to put it at the beginning. All right, now you just hit the run button. So that's this blue arrow at the bottom. Push that. It pops up and it says it wants to compile. What that's doing is it's taking the keyframes and all of that data, and it is creating that nice smooth path that you're looking for. Okay, once that's done, it's going to ask you to reset. So that means that it wants to take the robot to the position of your red cursor. So what you do, you squeeze that enable, and then you just squeeze the trigger on the wand, and it takes you back to that point. So now I'm ready to run. I'm in T1, then that's fine for this. You can see down here that it says my run speed is 30% of the timeline speed. That's because I'm in T1 and it is limiting us to that safe speed. So of course, if you wanted to run at 100%, pop it into T2 and you can run at 100% at that point. So we're ready to go. There's a couple options that we have for running this. The first is I can just squeeze this trigger. It's also pressure sensitive, so I can control the speed throughout the program if I want to slow down and speed up, if I'm just testing a move, for example. Or I can just hit this green button, and that's what I'm going to do here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit that green button, and here we go. So I have a rack focus and kind of a twisty move up to a top view of this shoe. And again, this is 30%, so it's going quite a bit slower than I had designed it to be. So there you go. That's all it is. You hit that blue button, it wants to compile, do the reset, and then you're ready to run the program. So now let's go ahead. I want to backtrack a little bit, and I want to show you some of the features now that you have some of the capabilities you've got for running the program. First off, I am at the end of this program now. You can see that on the timeline it shows my cursor at the end of the program. You can run it backwards. So all you do is you tap direction, you hit backward, and now I can run backwards. And I can stop at any point, of course, and I can go forwards if I'd like. And that's really nice for when you're trying to tweak a program. You can just scrub through. You can stop wherever you want, and you just hit stop, of course, and then you can add keyframes or adjust keyframes at that point. Going back into my run now, I want to show you the configure tab. This has some options for you that are actually pretty useful. The first is external start. So if you enable external start, what that is doing, and we'll have another video up on the tutorials that show you how to do this, but that means that you're going to tell the robot to start with an external device. Maybe you're using DragonFrame or some other device that you want to trigger the robot motion from. So this is how you do that. And again, watch the video if you want to learn more about that. Loop is our next feature, or our next option. This allows you to do, just like it says, to loop a program, right? I can either bounce it, so it'll go from the beginning to the end, back to the beginning, and it'll just keep doing that. Or you can hit repeat, and that will actually go to the end, and then it does a joint move back to the beginning before it starts the program again. And then finally, let me turn off loop. There is disable IO. So what that does is if you're working with devices on your digital outputs, a launcher, dropper, MP3 track, if you disable I/O, that means you're going to be running your program without actually triggering those devices. So that can be really good if you've got several devices out here, you're geared up and ready to go, and you don't want those to fire. Then you just have this. You can run at full speed, and you don't have to worry about having to reset everything again. And then, of course, to get out of the configure tab, you hit next, and it takes you to reset, and you go through that the reset, and you're able to run. So those are some of the features and options and capabilities you've got for running a program.